NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
Welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner, everybody. I'm Alex DeLaverson, who's currently battling a sinus infection, as I'm sure you can tell. And with me, as always, is the biggest New England Patriots fan, Mr. Angelo Parada.
Listen. And Commissioner said, let there be gifts. And there was gifts.
Mm-hmm. Angelo, did you have someone call me because you knew I was going to do that entrance? I think you tried to sabotage me.
I would never do a thing like that.
No, not you.
All I know is ever since they won their first Super Bowl,
oh jeez,
they've been given gifts. Now we could start with last night. The ball is thrown down to the 1 yard line. The Rams receiver beats the defenders for the Patriots. So what do? You grab his arms, pull him behind you. The official makes no call. And the next play's an interception. Congratulations! You were given a Super Bowl. How about in the game previous? No problem there. Brady throws an interception. Now, we have had people off sides, and when it didn't impede the action of the game, everybody went, well, it didn't impede the action of the game. Offsides. Brady, you get another chance. Don't you worry about it. If Ben was given all those chances, you wouldn't even be talking about the Brady guy.
Now, I do have a couple things to say about that. One, it's like, do the Rams really have the ability at this point? Do they really deserve to even be complaining about bad calls or getting gypped?
Yeah, they do.
Because a lot of people don't even think they deserve to be there because the show should be.
You know what? It makes me not really want to watch football when you go through a year with the number of lousy calls. I mean, I have no pity. I feel bad for New Orleans. Welcome to Pittsburgh's party. Oh, we're sorry. We admit we blew that one. Oh, and how about Cleveland? We're running for a touchdown. Hold on. Sorry, I inadvertently blew the whistle. I didn't mean it. No touchdown for you, Cleveland. Oh, wait. I inadvertently blew the whistle again, and that field goal doesn't count. What is this? Every's. It looks like we're programming who we want to win. I'm just saying what it looks like.
So if the Saints were playing the Patriots last night, do you think they would beat them?
First of all, you have to understand that New England was too stupid to even realize why it felt like a home game. It felt like a home game because the people down south were mad because New Orleans wasn't playing. So I get that. It wasn't because they like you, Brady. Okay, and it wasn't because they like the Patriots. They agree that this has to stop. In Canadian football, the guys upstairs will go, wait, hold it. That was interference and you missed it. Let's fix it. Okay? It needs to be fixed, and fixed fast. Because this is just not the way to do a game in this era.
Brady did not play his best game, obviously. However, he is
horse
getting,
crap.
well, he is getting a lot of praise for that one game clinching drive.
Listen, I have no problems with the guy. However, the hype isn't what it's worth. After you take, let's reverse it. Let's say that it's 3-3 and the Rams score, and the pressure is on Brady. The pressure was on Brady last week. He threw an interception, and he got to do a do-over. I want to see him where the calls are even.
Well, I mean, he's had game-winning drives before, obviously. Yeah, I mean...
But every game-winning drive, I'm sorry, every game-winning drive, I could go back to a point. How about against the Steelers in Pittsburgh? And it wasn't Antonio Brown, it was the other guy that went to New York. Maybe, who went to New York? That played for the Giants, that
Beckham?
had... I'm sorry?
Odell Beckham?
No, that was a wideout for the Steelers.
And he went to... Oh, Santonio Holmes.
Santonio Holmes. Santonio Holmes was a benefit of an apology. Santonio goes out for the pass, leaps up, gets interfered with. Patriots win, and the next day, I'm sorry, comes from the league office.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this being New England's 6th championship, Brady's 6th Super Bowl, Belichick 6th Super Bowl, are they done? Is this the end, or do you think they keep coming back?
It depends on if they keep getting it. Even the announcer said, geez, oh man, in the last game, he said, geez, oh man, every call went New England's way. Every call went New England's way. Listen, I'm going to tell you something I said in basketball. When the fouls start running 4-1, I call 4 fouls on you to every 1 foul I get. 4 fouls on you. Guess what? I'm going to lose. Okay? Because the team that's getting the calls is going to win the ball game. Unless they're completely inept, which isn't the case in the days of parity.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we should take a break here, and we'll continue our Super Bowl talk through most of this show. But now a word from our sponsors.
This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com. Holy snowman, it's the Turf Bar, home of great sandwiches, appetizers, tacos, you name it, they have it at the Turf Bar. It's just the right food. You'll enjoy those special drinks. They're there too. And get that nice cold beverage, relax, enjoy the Turf Bar. If you ain't there, you should be. Hello, friends. Pinella Brothers, 1701 Hamilton Street, provided funding for this program. Great food and drink, Pinella Brothers.
And welcome back to the Cedars Sports Corner.
And the debate rages on.
And the debate rages on.
It wasn't the worst Super Bowl in history.
A lot of people are complaining about how, quote-unquote, boring the Super Bowl was.
It wasn't the worst Super Bowl in history. It was football.
Mm-hmm.
A defensive game in which was going fine until they messed up some calls.
Mm-hmm.
And
So that's a game that anyone who loves defense would enjoy. Now, it was the lowest scoring game in NFL history, I know. A lot of... You have to wonder how happy or unhappy the NFL is right now, because obviously the NFL obviously prioritizes high-scoring games.
don't throw any interference flags.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know, right? But it just makes you think, because the NFL, obviously the safety of their players is first, but they definitely value an entertaining game, which is... You know, in 2010, remember all these rule changes that started happening? That's when I felt like the game really morphed into more of a passing game. You saw more spread-type offenses. You know, obviously the rule changes with how physical you can be with defenders can be.
Well, and you know, you keep walking down that path. After 5 yards, you're not allowed to hit the defender. You're not allowed to hit the receiver. And they keep not officiating for the rules.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I really wanted Aaron Donald to get a Super Bowl ring, but I'll tell you what, he was all over Tom Brady. He really was. And if the Rams could have put together any offense, they would have won. What?
The ball was thrown to the 1 yard line. That's offense. And you hold my hands, and it goes incomplete, and you go, well, you don't have any offense.
Well, if they could have had more throughout the game, I mean, just for one moment in point
Listen. The same, at that point in time, it was 3-3. The Patriots didn't have any offense either.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. No, that's not what you're saying. You're saying if the Rams could have had more offense. Nobody had any offense. The game's 3-3. The ball goes sailing down. Bang. No interference called.
It's just crazy because Brady...
It's just crazy because it keeps happening.
Well, Brady and the
Go back to their first Super Bowl. It happened. It happens. It happens with the Patriots. I feel like the coach for the Oakland Raiders, who said, when you play in Pittsburgh, crazy things happen. The ball bounces off helmets into people's hands. Okay? The Patriots have been host to the longest games in the NFL. The most calls, flag-interpreted calls, or overturned, I'm looking for a word there, where they contend each call. But nobody else has been, you know, how many things had to go right for the Patriots to win this? Well, let's see. The no interference call. Then you go back to the game before, the offsides call. Then you go back the game before, okay, and the Chargers totally fell apart. And the game before was the regular season where the Browns are running for a touchdown and somebody chokes on the whistle, blows it, tweets it, and calls a touchdown back. The kick goes up and it's good, and I blew the whistle. That kick doesn't count, and the next one's missed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't run a league like this, and I'm all for the getting rid of the commissioner because I think he's probably the worst one they've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I was trying to say about 3 minutes ago, before you cut me off, and that's fine, I'm used to it by now, is I still find it funny how the Patriots, last year, they were in the highest scoring Super Bowl ever, and this year, they're in the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. Now, Angela, what do the Patriots have to do for you to give them any type of respect or credit where credit is due?
These calls can't continue.
So do you think it's something...
The calls cannot continue across the board where it gives them second and third chances.
Do you think these refs favor the Patriots? Or do you think it's just...
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going through call by call, and the Patriots would have never been there had those calls not happened down the line. How about Pittsburgh down in New Orleans? Now, that's the pot calling the kettle black, where the Steelers had control of the ball, were going to score, and the call was changed.
Mm-hmm. The bias interference call, too.
You know, it just can't be. And I, you know, there was a group of Saints fans that didn't watch the game, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them.
Well, either...
Now, here's the question. The Dukes of Duquesne. They've got St. Bonaventure, Fordham, and LaSalle on their way to the ending of the season. You're looking at a 15-7 Duquesne team that a win over St. Bonaventure and a win over Fordham and a win over LaSalle, who's 6-14. George Washington is 7-14. So you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. That puts them at 19 wins. Okay. George Mason is reasonable to think that's a win because they're 12-9. It's at George Mason. So that's 20 wins. And then they play St. Bonaventure again. That's 21 wins. And the last, UMass only has 6 wins. So that's 22 wins. And the last 2 games against St. Louis and Dayton. 22 wins. Will a 24-7 Duquesne team get put in the NCAA tournament?
I think it depends. If they get a win over a team like St. Louis, yeah, and they do some damage in their tournament, obviously they win the tournament. They have to by default. Now, I also I do the same thing you do. I think most people do the same thing. We do. We look at a schedule. We say, okay, win here, win here, win here, loss here. I always feel like there's always going to be one game, maybe like 1 or 2 games where you win a game that we thought they would lose, and they lose a game they thought they would win. So
24-7.
Again, that's why it depends on. It really depends
on if they
beat a team like St. Louis. Let's say they only have 1 loss the rest of the way, and they lose to a St. Louis, or God forbid they lose to a team like YSU.
They don't have YSU.
Or I'm looking at the wrong schedule.
You're looking at YSU playing Milwaukee.
Yeah. They lose to a team lose to a bottom feeder. Then, oh man, you know what I mean? Especially that late in the season. Then, the committee would be like, ooh, you know what I mean? So, again.
But you would take somebody with less of a record.
I personally would take Duquesne, because I know they're a good team. Duquesne should probably hope that Pitt starts winning more games. Pitt's on a 5-game losing streak.
You'll do anything to make a Duquesne guy want to root for Pitt.
Well, it would help them. I mean, that win over Pitt at one time looked really good, but if Pitt keeps losing, then they're like, oh, maybe it wasn't such a great win. But I think we should take a break, and we'll finish this conversation when we come back. And now a word from our sponsors.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
And we are back with the Cedar Sports Corner, everybody. So, Andrew, is there anything else you want to add about 2K and hoops?
Well, I want to get this in with the Pens.
Go ahead.
PittsburghPenguins.com. Get in there, go, vote for Hess Ice Rink. They're going to pick up some of the repairs.
So, explain this polling to me.
The Hess Ice Rink is one of 3 rink finalists that's being renovated. And if you go in the sound of our voice, which is everywhere, if you're out in California, Florida, you go to PittsburghPenguins.com, scroll down and vote for the rink, and you pick Hess. I don't know how much of the repairs, but it's going to help the Hess Ice Rink right here in Lawrence County. So I'm real big with that. And since I'm real big with that,
So, not to sound like a politician, but get out there and vote.
yeah,
But,
since I'm real big with that, I'm saying one thing. Okay, let's go Pens.
Let's go Pens. Now, Angelo, I know you're going to love this question. Like, you're going to love this question. But it's a question that's been asked since the Super Bowl, ended. Who is now the greatest team sport athlete of all time?
Larry Bird.
Michael Jordan or Tom Brady? Because those two right now, that
Larry
is the
Bird.
topic.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird over MJ?
Yeah, because Larry Bird got his team to win and he had nobody around him.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry Bird.
So you think he was a better basketball player than MJ?
Didn't say he was a better basketball player, said he was a better
Team player.
team player.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I guess what people are really
See,
asking the question is...
The Celtics have role players as opposed to teams that have all-stars.
So you're saying just historically, that's just usually how they've been.
Yeah, and they're a great role play team, and I just think...
You know, it's... Michael Jordan... So, the Michael Jordan, Tom Brady thing has been all over the internet, social media, and I think...
Michael Jordan, and not to interrupt you, Michael Jordan was never given the chances Tom Brady's been given. I'm just on...
Well, Michael Jordan, I feel like he definitely earned it because he won 6 NBA Finals. He won them all. Now, Brady has 6 Super Bowl championships, and people also say, but he's been to 9 Super Bowls. Yeah, okay, fair. Now, the thing is, I don't think... I'm still going to go with MJ, and whether it's fair or not, the Patriots, they will have that stigma, the whole, cheating thing, or they get lucky. I'm saying whether it influenced the outcome of games or not, or if it did or didn't, would or would not have, the stigma's there. When a stigma's there, it doesn't go away.
Listen, you had the cheating scandal. You had Deflategate. You had, and the cheating scandal, let me explain. That was the Polaroid. They were taking pictures of the jet practices.
Spygate, yeah. People.
Okay. You have them getting calls, like, i.e., the last Super Bowl. Okay. You have them throwing the review flag out there and delaying games, and they end up winning a number of those delayed games early on in the Brady-Belichick era. So I just don't believe that you go, Oh my God, those darling Patriots. They're just so good. I won't give them their dues. I looked in the first game, there was interference against the Ram receivers, never called. I looked in this game, interference against the Ram receiver, never called. So I don't know, but overall, I will do this. I will exonerate the Patriots from the officiating in that, holy cow, it just was a bad year. This was the year of the bad official. And guys, you better sit down with the rules and get the rules straight moving forward the next season, because this is ruining the game.
And I'll tell you what, Ange, like I said earlier in the show, is this going to be the end of the Patriots or not? Could Brady retire? He said he's not. Gronk doesn't know if he's going to retire. Even if they don't, a lot of people will say, man, the Patriots did not look the same yesterday. Brady didn't look the same. He was old. But we've also been saying that. People have been saying that literally since 2010. So you just don't know. Yeah, but that class that with Ben, Brady, Rivers. Well, Brady wasn't in that class. Brady was technically came in the year 2000. But I know what you mean. Like that whole little few-year period, that little gap.
I mean, there's some pretty darn good quarterbacks.
Ben is still going strong. He's been playing since 2004. I mean, although he's pretty beat up. I remember a few years ago he was considering retiring. I mean, now he wants to play for a few more years. I guess the only thing when it comes to the NFL, the only thing for sure is nothing's for sure. But and what I do know is whether or not you take the Steelers 6 Super Bowls and the Patriots 6 Super Bowls, whether it's justifiable or not, the Steelers don't have asterisks next to theirs. So,
right.
again, I'm not saying anyone watching. I'm not saying
they don't have asterisks. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I'm not saying the Patriots didn't deserve.
This was a
perception's
huge
everything,
asterisk,
whether it's justifiable or not. But that's it. Anything else, Ange?
Let's go Dukes.
Let's go Dukes. So football is over, and we are on to continuing the rest of the college basketball season.
Well, I think we'll be talking about football in a couple of weeks with the new league.
The new league. What, the XFL that's coming up?
Yeah, it's not X. It's another letter, but we'll be talking about it.
Oh, man. Cliffhanger. All right. Everyone have a good one.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.